welcome to Unscripted, and a big shout out to all of our subscribers. Thank you for watching our videos. Thank you for your likes. Thank you for your comments. And also, if you are new here, please do well to subscribe. My name is Funke, and as you can see, I'm in the midst of great men. And this is Mr. Tope, right?
Yeah.
And this is Mr. Busui, and that is Brother Mora. Okay, so and they'll be dropping their 2 cents on today's topic, which is contentment and compromise in a relationship. Last week we had this female version of this same topic, and it was interesting. It was amazing. In case you didn't get to watch the female version of this topic, the link will be displayed so that you can check and hear what the ladies have had to say about this topic. So we'll be looking from the male angle today. So before we get into the topic, I'd like to read out the meaning of contentment and compromise in a relationship so that these men can have a better understanding of what we're going to talk about. Okay, so contentment in a relationship refers to a state of satisfaction, happiness, and peace within a romantic partnership. It is a state where both partners feel fulfilled and emotionally satisfied with the relationship as it currently stands. That is contentment. So, compromise in a relationship refers to finding a middle ground or reaching a mutual agreement between partners when there are different opinions, needs, or desires. It involves both partners making concessions and finding solutions that can satisfy both parties. That is compromise. So now that we have the full meaning understanding of compromise and contentment, I'd like to start from the married man angle, which is Mr. Busi. So now, Mr. Busi, in your relationship, in your marriage rather, there are some different aspects and all of that in marriage. So I want to bring out from the one of household chores. So for some men, they will be like, as the man of the household, I can't do this, I can't wash plates, I can't wash clothes and all of these things. So in your marriage, have you compromised that household chores, or like you are just someone that will do it?
This thing it's deep. Anyway, so this is how it has been for me. I've only been married for like how long? A few months, 4 months, yeah, 4 or 5 months thereabout. And the chores part, the household chores, the compromises. Actually, I grew up in an environment that men, will I say, those I looked up to and all that, they were not so much as chores people. Alright, I'm not saying it's a good thing, by the way. They're not so much as chores people, and so I lived alone for a while before getting married, and there are a lot of things I had to start doing myself. In fact, even while I was in school and all that. So, and I think I've been living alone for over like see that I'm trying to calculate the amount of time that it's been really long, and I learned to do things myself. And after getting married, my wife then would be like, sometimes she'll say, this help me, this and that. And sometimes I feel like, okay, wait, I actually need to learn to do these things by that, trying to help her. So the kitchen is one part that she really talks about a lot. And okay, she'll go like, if I'm doing this, can you help me do this one? Can you help me do that one? And sometimes I feel like I'm busy doing other things. Like I work from home most of the time. So almost every time I'm working, and see her doing her own chores, I feel like you're doing your own, I'm doing my own. Let's be doing it like that.
Your own chores is work now.
My own chores is work, yes, and my work is almost like 247 because I'm always on the clock. And for her, anytime she's doing ours, I learned to actually compromise. It wasn't easy. It wasn't. I would say it wasn't easy, but there's one thing, like they used to say, a happy wife, a happy house. And I learned that thing way before now. I've seen my uncles, parents, people, and I've seen the way they live with their wives, and I see that if your wife is not happy, there's no way you try. You cannot be happy. Even if you are okay, you cannot be happy because somewhere at the back of your mind, your wife's happiness is always there. And knowing that if I don't help her, she might not talk right now, but later it will come out. So, and looking at her being so tired, doing a lot of things at the same time, you realize that if you love this person and you really want this person to be happy, nobody will teach you, nobody will help out. If you love, even if it's something that you know that you might not be able to do very well, You would make mistakes and all, but you will want to help.
So now you do have choice.
I do. I do. Even if it's not convenient sometimes, but I do. Because you feel like you both live in the same house. You live there too. So why not do something in that place to help?
Right. I like that. So from the person in a relationship angle, I'm not going to ask this same question, but it's going to be a different one. So now, a lot of times I've seen on the internet, people they say that if my boyfriend or my girlfriend we don't talk like every day, or we talk 2 weeks in 2 weeks that we are in relationship, the relationship is off. So like in your relationship now, how often do you talk? Have you like as your girlfriend complained that babe, you are supposed to talk like this, or your girlfriend is someone that should like to talk to you every day, and you are like maybe you are like a guy that if I don't text you in the morning, if I don't check up on you, have you like tried to compromise the way you communicate with your partner?
First thing first, I haven't compromised the way I communicate with her.
Okay, can you
But
speak up please?
okay, I don't compromise about me communicating with her. The thing is that I talk to my girlfriend every day.
Okay.
Every day. So
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
every day, there's no day. Because if I don't call in the morning, she'll tell me that, oh, you didn't remember me.
So you have to call in the morning.
See, yes, she told me that she likes me calling her in the morning. That before, after praying to God, the next thing is me talking to her. So she actually wanted like, if I told her I can't keep up with this, I might probably forget because I have things on my head, and then she'll be like, okay, but you can call me in the morning, don't worry. And she said she's gonna keep calling me in the morning. I said, okay, fine. But no, she kept on calling and all of that. And at times when I don't pick the call, I'm like, oh, in the morning again, I'm still sleeping. So probably around the 7 because my office is very close to my house. So I don't take too much of my like stressing my life, being hurried to the office. So I just take my time before I stand up on the bed, probably around to 8, because in less than 10 minutes I'm already in the office. So be like, so you woke up this morning, you didn't even bother to even. I said, I'm sorry. See, I have to rush. I have to meet with the MD. That was why. And then she was like, okay. But as time keeps going, she kept on saying, okay. But actually, I had to look at in which area can I make her very happy and not to make this complaint keep coming up and all of that. So I just told her one that don't worry, just keep calling me.
She'll be the one calling you.
Yes, in the morning. And I not call. She wants me to call her maybe to 7, past 7 to 8. And that moment, at times I remember I don't just call her. Like once I call you to her, so hang the call. We have to keep talking and gisting all the time. There's no short conversation whenever I'm talking to her. So they always want things to. She knows how to gist. Always wanting to.
But you know what they want in relationship now? You're
Exactly.
the conversation.
Exactly. But as for them, like, okay, well, no problem. Let's just as a woman, you have to, just like you said, you have to please her. Once she's happy, you're happy. So I kept on doing it, and I don't find anything difficult.
So do you enjoy calling her in the morning?
I don't be calling most of the time. She do the morning call most of the time.
So you do when call? Afternoon or night?
Okay, in the afternoon. I have to call in the afternoon too. But the thing is that this is that
3 tablets a day. Like
yes,
no, you eat 3 times a day now. So
she'll tell me even I don't want to call. Let me just hi babe, what's up now? I say hey, then she will not reply me. Because if she sees me on Twitter, you're on Twitter, you forgot me on WhatsApp. Alright, no problem.
I can totally relate
So,
to that.
as we kept on going and on, I just find like time saying I've chatted you in the morning. In the afternoon you tell me, oh, so you absolutely forgot me today. I said, but we chatted in the morning. Is that not money? I said, okay, fine, no problem. Then okay, I'm sorry about that. But the thing is that I took it upon myself that okay, let me just do whatever she wants. But I always, make a statement that I can't please in everything. If I'm to chat with you in the morning, I know that night is compulsory. That one, there's no rules about that. But that morning, at times I try to dodge it. Like, sorry, I woke up late. I had to rush myself, to the office. So that morning, I still try to dodge it. Maybe around almost 12. And then I can just say, hey, what's up now? How you doing? And she's fine with that. But compromising about our communication, no, I don't do that. We flow naturally. Yeah.
So now for you, Brother Mora. So Mr. C has said a lot of things, and also Mr. Tope has said a lot of things. So my question for you now is, with the things that they said, hope you are not discouraged.
No.
You're not discouraged. Okay, so now, some people they've said that I want this particular thing in the lady, I want this particular thing in a man, like they even go as far as having lists. First of all, let me ask you, do you have a list?
So I would put it in two ways.
Okay.
Before I was born in I had this mindset of respect, seeing brown skin, used to like shoes. I used to like someone who's possible, all those things. And anything about God was not even about spiritual life, was not even there. But after and I became a born again believer, then my whole lens changed, my own preference changed. So it was not even about the physical. That's even got to a stage that even if I know a lady likes me, right? Provided I know or I'm aware you're not a born again, you're not a Christian, I mean you're not a born again believer, I don't like there's nothing attractive at all. So any lady who is not a born again believer doesn't attract in my own sense. It doesn't I don't get attracted to it. So presently I really do not have all those ideas, all those ideas of respect or this stuff.
That's all. Okay, so back to you now, Mr. T. Before, like you said, okay, this woman I want to propose to this woman. Do you have a list that okay, if this person does not have this thing, no, I'm not giving you that person. Do you still have a list?
No. Yeah, before, but as you grow older, you will naturally care about this because you will not find someone that has everything. You won't find someone that has your 100% of everything you're looking for. Because if you're looking for that person, then
But you have one thing that if this person does not have that thing, it's a no-go area.
Yeah.
What's
Yes.
that thing?
Yes. And like I said, you have to be a Christian. A true Christian. My dad always told me that. So I lost my mom way younger, or when I was very young. I lost my mom, and my mom's younger brother, my uncle, I spent a lot of time with him. So when I started dating, or when he knew I started dating, let's put it that way, he told me something. It was like, no matter who you meet, always know that you have to marry a Christian. It's very important. I know he had his reasons, way complicated, but then when he told me that, over time I started seeing why it's very important. Okay, I saw his own marriage, and he saw that wow, when it comes to Christianity, it's very strict with it. It doesn't blend it. And I saw how we got married, and trust me, it's what I saw his own marriage. And I was like, okay, this is what I would want to do myself. And I've seen different people that married from different beliefs and all that. I may not know how they enjoy themselves, but I see that marrying a Christian is important, and that's because you and that person, you have to be Christian, so that's number one. And then the person you marry has to be a Christian, so that both of you can agree that okay, this is what we want for each other. So marrying a Christian was like a paramount thing. Every other thing is just added.
I should be something.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so when I say don't just think it's just that's all that it is, right? Now, not having a spec or not having some certain features we want. However, there's some habits that I would always have that I feel should have to an extent, like hygiene. Like I can't stand someone who's untidy, who's unclean, who's into. I can literally have goosebumps. Yes, so I'm the type that I don't like glitter and clutter. I have a very high hygiene kind of sensitivity. So if you have a poor hygiene, if you have like character flaw, like how you treat people with respect, right, to everyone. Yes, so if things about her, because you're happy to become your own character, and I cannot. Even the Bible says, "Who wants woman who lives with a woman who is like who has that it's better that the man should even leave on top of the room." So those other things are also part of it. It's not just you must be a born again believer. No, there are some born again believers who don't have the fruits of the spirit. They don't have love, they don't have patience, they don't have long suffering, they don't have kindness, they don't have goodness, gentleness, all those things. So those ones come together with it basically. Yeah.
How about you, Mr. Tope? Before your relationship, do you have a list?
Yeah, let me answer the question this way. when I was really little than this, I had this mindset that I want a lady that is not too. So I want a lady that is not too big, that kind of a thing. That lady must look like this.
Portable, sha.
Portable. You're
Everybody
right.
like portable.
Yes.
So wow.
So and then as time keeps going and on, as the boy is becoming a man. So I had this thought that well, you can at times there are some ladies that when it comes to the physical attributes, they are what you want, but their character is different. And they feel like, no, I can't. Because I hate someone that, no, I don't want to use the word hate. I can't date someone that doesn't like God. Because that one it's a no-go area, it's not negotiable. So that's one thing, because I always have this mindset that a woman I will love and going to settle down with must be someone that is ready to serve God as well. Because because the way I grew up in the church where we go to church on a daily basis. But someone that is still like maybe in like every Saturday you go to party, next week Saturday you go to another party, one function to another. Definitely you can't have a time to build your home. So that mindset that like anybody that is too social, you have to balance it. Your spiritual life and your social life must be balanced. But let me end it with this. This physical aspects also add to it. Some men will not. Yes, I'm telling you the fact. Some men will not tell you that. Oh, I want my wife to have this kind of a stuff, this kind of a stuff. But in their mind, or they have this kind of like close friends, they share those kind of things. But they won't share it when it comes to probably church or something like that. But when you meet someone that you can see anything, so you can open your mind to, you say I won't lie you. I actually want to have a woman that has something like this. I have this. I have that physically, but me, what I concluded in that aspect is that okay, you can't meet the perfect person, but what I'm going to do is I will build my partner to become what I want. Yes. No, I am not saying that I'm going to enforce it on her, but I will just appeal to her because things like that I know it will require money, patience, and all of those things. But I said I will build my partner to be something I really want, but not in 100%, but at least to a good extent. So
I'm keeping something.
Okay.
Just go on to that. So, like my own mindset before, like I said, years ago was okay, so I had like my spec, like I said, brown skin, possible, so like I sweep up my feet, carry, all those kind of things. Then I was more of, in terms of, what you say, the front and back, I was more of someone who's at the back, you get, that was my own. You don't have that, forget it, you understand? Front is no problem, but it's that back, necessary. But when as I grew older, right, and I realized that when you go on Instagram or you go on the social media, a lot of people they have all those pictures, they are hot, but their marriage is still great. You have ladies who are, let me say, well to do. They have all these good things, but their marriage is still great. There are some this one, the way she does, and all they call it freaky, all those ones, this one, go bad, go on, the marriage is still break. So when you begin to base everything on, and I'm like, okay, so that really doesn't matter. So my mindset now changed to that categories now that okay now in kind of like in terms of communication, we have to align because even before I can date someone or go into courtship, we'll talk about communication, we'll talk about sex, we'll talk about finance because those are the top three things that breaks up the marriage first. Even before you can even date your court, because now I'm AS, because what is your genotype? You are not even A, just be going. Never even that time, just they go, you understand? So after that genotype, right, it's now the one of communication, it's one of sex, and it's the one of finance. And you leave no stone unturned. For some people, in their past life, before they go to believer, they have, you understand, all those things, like it's like food. Some have a high sex drive, some have a low sex drive. Some are freaky, some are not. Then for finance, some are spendthrifts. For example, you could give your lady maybe 500k. You don't tell her the reason why I gave her. You need to invest it. Don't give her any idea. Before you know that 500k, you go and buy hair, you go and buy other things, and it's finished. You get. And also, you can always be able to know okay how she spends. Does she spend based on her mood or her feelings, or is it that she does not think about saving and all those things? Then also about communication, just like what he said. Now that's a very good thing. If you can ever have a lady who really yearns towards to speak to you every day, because at the end of the day, it's like the relationship of God. You have God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. All the time, God through the time of the olden days, since Adam, it was God with Adam, was walking in the Garden of Eden in the day. He was trying to get closer to man, and then Adam fell, and then no problem. In that sense, only because it's on Jesus Christ to walk on the earth, the word became flesh. Now, what was that? He was also still trying. That's not God for us, and God with us, rather. God with us. So Jesus Christ was with man, Emmanuel, and then they still crucified him, killed him. Now, in that sense, the Holy Spirit that will live in us. So if you check everything from the days of Moses, when God wants to talk to the Israelites, they say, "No, I beg you, talk to Moses. They cannot stand the lightning, the thunderstorm, and all those things." So it was God for us initially. That is the God of Israel, the God of those are the remarks in the olden days in the Old Testament. In the New Testament, it's Jesus Christ with us, Emmanuel. He came to be amongst us. Then now the Holy Spirit in us. If we check all those cadres, the strata, all God was trying to achieve is to get closer to us in terms of fellowship, to be intimate, right? And if you also check the Bible says, "What is man that thou art mindful, and the Son of Man that thou visited him, or you have made him a little lesser than the angels, but I've crowned him with glory and honor." So at the end of the day, angels are even wondering, what is man? Why are you so mindful? Why are you so conscious? That means in the thoughts of God, in his intentions, in his actions, just all about man. So if you have a partner, right, whose communication is all about you, that is after God, though, because ideally it should be God for just like what he's saying.
Yeah.
I think that relationship is good. Your partner should drive you closer to God. And after God, in your partner's heart should be you. Yeah. So if you can have someone who really loves you, who wants to communicate, it's actually worth a while.
Okay, so one thing that I've noticed three of you said was the non-negotiable is being a believer. And that's also one thing the sisters also said last week when we had this topic, that they have to be a believer. If you're not a believer, peace out. Which I totally agree to that. So to wrap up this topic, I would like us to come from the parenting angles now. This question goes to everybody. For the parenting angle, there will be some things that, okay, this is how I want my kids to be raised, and your wife or your partner will also know that, okay, we also have it in our mind that this is how I want my kids to be raised. So in that scenario, in that situation, how would you want to come, like both of you come together, so that you know that your partner won't feel like this person is dashing away my own parenting style, or how would you like put that situation that everybody will be happy? Mr.
Okay, so this thing is actually, it's a very sensitive area, and it's something everyone should discuss with their significant partner before getting married, so you can understand how you want your home to be like. Okay, because in every house, like a friend of mine used to say, in a house there's always someone that's the fire and there's someone that's the water. So it's either the man is the very, very straight, hard-headed person and the woman is the soft one, or the woman is the very strict person and the man is the soft one. It happens. If you check in every house, there's always one person that is that has each of those characters or attributes. So, and you have these discussions with your partner and say, okay, I want my kids to be raised in a free environment. There are some people that want their kids to just be locked up inside, and then they have to impose their ideas on the person. And there are some people that want their kids to be free to explore and learn some things themselves, and they just have to guide the children. And there are some people that they don't want to flog their kids at all. They don't want to use cane or anything. They want to talk. And there's some people that without cane. So these are things that you have to discuss actually with your spouse.
Can you compromise on
the compromising part? It depends. It depends. And yes, of course, you will have to compromise in a lot of things. Definitely. You have to, like, in terms of, okay, maybe what kind of school you want to go to, or should we hit them or flog them at all at any point, or do we not, or do we just let them be on their own? There are some things that you have to compromise because it depends on the environment you are too. All right. Okay, I'll give an example. I grew up to be how would I put it? Before I lost my mom, or my early part of my life, I grew up in a place that I was free. I could go anywhere I want to go to, but I just have to tell like parents keep going this way and going that way, and then but then they'll give you time to come back. But then after I left my parents' house, I was with my uncle, and that place I had to be inside all the time. So it was hard. But then that's like those are like different places or different environments, and where and I saw it from his own angle after I grew up. Actually, after growing up, I saw why he was trying to protect me to the inside, because the environment we were in wasn't very safe. So, and even if you had the mindset of how you want to raise your kids, over time, some things will change. Some things will change, but and then you have to compromise at that point, all right?
So like if you can have to like make sure
Yeah.
because of that time now.
So I just want to show you. So the one I told you about to talk about before marriage, you can see I already have this here about.
He has a list.
He has
Yeah.
a
You can,
He has
so you
it.
can see the communication finance sets. Then the other
Yeah.
ones are family background. Talk about in-laws, family planning, years of spacing. You know how many kids you want. You have to discuss all that before marriage.
You
Then
should have this.
you can see the love. Oh, definitely. You can see the love language, gift, apology language. Some people apology is not just by word. Some is by. So it depends. So you have to ask those. You can see the church. You know, do we go to the same church or do we mix? Because you know, yeah, a worker here, she's a worker there. Do you go on the same church or do you sometimes go to the same church together? You can see spiritually life, conservative lifestyle, prayer, and also. So
Mora, this
that's one
your
of
list
those
is
things.
really
It's
long.
very deep.
I hope you get a lady that will
just have
really
to
check
discuss all that.
all of those things. I hope you get a lady that will really check all of those things. So thank you, Mr. Togo. Thank you, Mr. Mora. Thank you, Mr. Bisui. So it has been so much fun here. Thank you so much to all of you that are watching. So my question for you is, as a single lady, married man, or someone in a relationship, what are the things that you compromise in a relationship, and what are the things that you cannot negotiate about? We would like to know, so drop a comment below. Thank you once again for watching our video. Till we meet you again. Peace out. Bye.
Thank you.